everybody, Charlie again, and today we're reading the last chapter of Amelia Bedelia Unleashed. So exciting. Let's see what happens. Is she going to get her dog or not? Chapter 14. Finally, the answer. Amelia Bedelia's parents were true to their word. On Sunday afternoon, they all got in the car to go get a dog. Are we going to the pet store by the mall? Asked Amelia Bedelia. No, said her dad. I thought we stopped by the animal shelter for a dog. They're by the pound. So she's finally getting a dog, guys. So exciting. What do you think she's going to name it? By the pound? Said Amelia Bedelia. Is that how you buy a dog? Like potatoes or butter or something? Of course not, said her mother. The town pound is where they keep lost or abandoned animals. The adopted pet shelter tries to find them homes. That makes more sense, said Amelia Bedelia. If you bought a Great Dane by the pounds, you'd be a millionaire. They don't sell these dogs at all, said her father. They give them away. For free? Said Amelia Bedelia. That's a better deal than the 2-for-1 ice cream specials at Pete's Diner. Actually, said her dad, they're not quite free. You have to pay for their shots and a dog license. Daddy, you're always teasing me, said Amelia Bedelia. Dogs don't need license plates. No dog can run fast enough to get a speeding ticket. As they pulled up to the shelter, Amelia Bedelia realized something. After all the different kinds of dogs she had seen and walked and cared for, she had still not decided what kind of dog would be best for her. She could hear the dogs barking inside the shelter. She wondered if one was calling to her. Have you ever caught a dog at a shelter? I, for one, have not. Amelia Bedelia and her parents met the director of the shelter, a lady named Wiggins. She was only too happy to help them. There's a dog with a license plate running. Funny, right? I'm retired now, she said, but I was a vet. Are you in the Army, Navy, or Air Force? Said Amelia Bedelia. Dr. Wiggins laughed. None of the above. I've been a veterinarian for 30 years. Sweetie, said Amelia Bedelia's mom, I'm going to wait here while you choose. This is your dog. You ought to decide for yourself which one is right for you. How will I know, said Amelia Bedelia, as tears began to well up in her eyes. What if I make the wrong choice? There's Amelia Bedelia crying. If you've ever picked a dog out, you probably felt the same thing. Don't worry, honey, said Dr. Wiggins. You can trust yourself. You'll feel which one is right for you. I'll help. Now let's go meet some dogs. As soon as they entered the kennel, the noise became deafening. Dogs of all shapes and sizes and colors wanted Amelia Bedelia's attention. Dogs were barking, yipping, and yapping. They turned themselves around to show themselves off. They were wagging their tails so eagerly, Amelia Bedelia thought their tails might fly off the rear ends all at once. As she walked up and down the long row of the cages, Amelia Bedelia stopped to meet every single dog. All of the dogs acted like they would love to go home with Amelia Bedelia. All except one. This dog was just sitting there, alert but not bouncy, and interested but not excited. It was adorable. It tilted its head to one side to look at Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia tilted her head and looked right back at it. I've seen a lot of dogs lately, but I've never seen one like that, said Amelia Bedelia, pointing at the dog. What kind is it? That dog is a mixture. Dr. Wiggins said. A mixture of what? Said Amelia Bedelia. She's a mixture of her mother and father, said Dr. Wiggins. Gosh, said Amelia Bedelia. That sounds like me. You and everyone else in the world. You and everybody else in the world, said Dr. Wiggins. We're all mutts, when you come down to it. She's a mutt, said Amelia Bedelia. Just a mutt? Just a mutt, said Dr. Wiggins. Why, a mutt can be the most wonderful dog in the world. With a mutt like this one, chances are you'll get the best of everything. The courage of a terrier, the the friendliness of a spaniel, the brains of a poodle, the affection of a retriever, the loyalty of a hound, all rolled into one. Wow, said Amelia Bedelia. I never thought of it like that. Dr. Wiggins opened the cage door. Amelia Bedelia leaned down to get a closer look, and the first thing that dog did was to lick her cheek. Just once. Amelia Bedelia sat back and blinked her eyes, like Sleeping Beauty being awakened by a kiss. This is the one, said Amelia Bedelia. This is the dog for me. Good choice, said Dr. Wiggins. She's a sweetheart. How adorable, said Amelia Bedelia's mother when Amelia Bedelia and Dr. Wiggins returned to the office with the dog. You two look like you were made for each other. What's her name? Asked Amelia Bedelia's father. Finally, said Amelia Bedelia. It did take a while, said her mom. It's been quite a saga, said her dad. But you've got your dog at last. What are you going to call her? Finally, said Amelia Bedelia. I'm going to call her Finally Bedelia, because I finally got what I wanted, a dog. After they had officially adopted Finally, everyone headed back into the car. Amelia Bedelia's father opened the back door. Finally jumped onto the back seat like she had done it a million times before, and they headed for home. Just so you know, said her dad, glancing in the rearview mirror, we're still working on that baby brother for you. Or baby sister, said her mother. Take your time, said Amelia Bedelia. I've got my own baby now. Amelia Bedelia rolled her window down. Finally came over to sit on Amelia Bedelia's lap. She poked her head out the window. Amelia Bedelia couldn't wait to introduce her to Charlie, Diana, and Eric. She was sure Finally would be Pierre's best friend. Amelia Bedelia stuck her head out the window too. The breeze blew Finally's ears back, tickling Amelia Bedelia's face. Her hair mixed with Finally's furry ears until you couldn't tell Amelia Bedelia ended and Finally began. That's the end of the book. And then 2 Ways to Say It by Amelia Bedelia. She's put her foot down. She said no, and she means it. It's raining cats and dogs. It's pouring. This has all the idioms and the meanings. I went on a blind date. I went on a date with someone I've never met before. Oh, it's puppy love. You're young. We are young and we like each other. That's a bull out of the blue. What a surprise. Knock their socks off. Surprise them with how great you are. Don't let the cat out of the bag. Don't ruin the surprise. The 10 best things about Amelia Bedelia. She's funny. She's brave. She's a good friend. She loves to read. She'll try anything. She makes really good cookies. She takes things literally, and she never gives up. She loves her family, and she always helps out. We finished Amelia Bedelia Unleashed. I hope you liked the book. If my dad ever gets the comments working, you can comment down below and ask what other books you'd like me to read. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.